just kind of weird to record because I had been recording for almost a year, specifically for YouTube, and then I stopped. And basically, I was recording to get pregnant, and I wanted to show my journey and everything. So my journey firstly started off with my keto diet, which I wouldn't really say it was keto. It was pretty much like an anti-inflammatory diet. I really wasn't eating a lot of cheeses and stuff like that. But I'm pregnant now. So everything that I was doing worked, okay? It worked. And so you're gonna have to watch those other videos to see what I was doing. But I'm gonna talk about in this video is how I found out I was pregnant and just all my first trimester symptoms. I'm currently about to be 14 weeks. I'm 13 weeks in like 6 days. I think 14 weeks tomorrow. God willing. So let's get into it. So firstly, how I found out I was pregnant, it was crazy. Like, honestly, like after trying for 2 years and going through surgery and tests and a lot of ultrasounds, blood work, a lot of blood work, a lot of pills, a lot of medicine and everything. I basically just stopped all of that. I went on a diet, an anti-inflammatory diet, and I lost 50 pounds. And then I had a good 6 months of like my cycles being normal and everything being, fine. And then my cycle started getting messed up. And this is a cycle before I conceived. So it was just so odd how it all happened. So I started taking some teas, and I'm gonna do like a video on the herbs and teas and stuff. Like, so I started taking the tea basically to induce my period. It wasn't even thinking like, oh, I'm pregnant or I could be pregnant. That was the last thought of in my mind. I was just thinking, oh my goodness, my period is messed up. Now, and I'm gonna also have another video. You guys have to be on the lookout for these videos of like the emotional side of things. So in October, I found out I was pregnant in November 2020, the day after Thanksgiving. And I found out after October, I got off of social media and I started working on my mental health, which I really think that in a combination of also I was really working on my relationship with God, I really think that pushed my body to just like, okay, you're ready. So it was a lot of different things, not just the diet, it was a lot. So how I found out is, this is TMI warning, had no normal symptoms that like, nausea, none of that. I didn't have any of that. Thinking my period's coming, so of course my chest was a bit sore, like, normal. So I didn't think of anything like that, but I was having some weird discharge. And if you've ever been pregnant, you know it was just weird. It was not normal for my body. And I was like, I'm about to go to the hospital. Am I allergic to something? Like, what is going on? And I thought my soap, I like stopped using my soap when I was using different soap, because I was like, what's going on? And so I was on Googling stuff. Don't do that. It's gonna scare you. But I was on Google and I ended up getting into a group, which was all moms. And they were all like, oh, I had this for my first month of pregnancy. Oh, I had this for my my 2 daughters, da da da. And I was like, pregnancy, like this is a pregnancy thing. And they had pictures, how people like to share pictures, and I mean it looked exactly the same. It was the exact same as what was going on with me. So I was like, I have all the 25 pregnancy tests in this house. I've never used them because they're always negative. So I said, I'm probably not pregnant. We've been down this road before where I look at a symptom and I think I'm pregnant and all this stuff, and I'm not. So I just woke up that morning for Fajr and took the test, and my husband leaves right after Fracture. He leaves for work. And I always had this plan is recording my reaction, keeping it secret from my husband, and making this cool little video, like me telling him, like, after trying for 2 years, like, that's how I thought it would be. No. I saw 2 strong lines, and I was in shock. I mean, utter shock. And I just, like, he's opening the door to leave, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. Oh my goodness, I'm pregnant. And like the thought kind of went in my head, don't say anything to him, but I just couldn't. I was like, and he didn't no clue what I was talking about. Like I was showing him this thing with 2 lines and he didn't know. He didn't understand. So I had a digital that had yes or no, and I took it and it said yes. Now because my period had been messed up, I could have been 10 weeks or I could have been just now pregnant, and I wasn't sure what was going on, but I did feel like I ovulated a couple weeks prior, so I felt like maybe I'm just now pregnant. But the line was so dark, both of the lines were dark, and then I had the yes, so I was like, I just don't know. I was so confused. I immediately called my fertility doctor that I had a failed fertility treatment here. And you know, I hadn't seen them in like 6-7 months, but I was like, hey, private clinics, like we're paying, they can get you in like next day. So I asked them to come in the next week, and they let me in and had an early ultrasound, and it was a seed. It was a seedling. I was about 5 weeks pregnant. I came back, had 6 weeks, had they told me that I was around 5 weeks at the time, but the weeks were just really messed up. Until my last appointment, we really didn't know where I was at, to be honest. But there was like just a sac there, and then the next time I got to hear the heartbeat, they said I was 6 weeks 5 days. And then the next time I went, I was supposed to be 10 weeks, but I was 11 weeks 5 days. So I'm currently 13 weeks right now, 13 weeks 6 days. So yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm very grateful for this experience. So that's how I found out. And my symptoms, I've been making videos so that I can like put them together and like send it to my family later on. My symptoms were extreme nausea. I only threw up one time through my whole first trimester, which I'm grateful for, but that was a horrible experience because it was basically like throwing up 12 times, but just one time, one night. And other than that, nausea, I'm starting headaches right now. I'm towards my second trimester, and now I'm getting headaches at night, but I don't really have that nausea. And I had severe cravings. Like, I could not eat what I wasn't craving. If I was not craving it, I was not eating it. And I thought this was something that pregnant women made up just so they can eat junk food. There was 2 weeks I only could eat pizza. Like, I only could eat pizza. My husband's Ghanaian. I cannot, to this day, take the smell of Ghanaian food. And I used to love Ghanaian food. I used to love my stews and everything like that. But something about the spices and, like, onions, even thinking about it, like, makes me a little... I can't do it. Like, tomatoes, onions, like, all the normal Ghanaian stuff. Like, I can't take it. I don't know. So that was it. Like, I can only eat what I can. And now, even now, because I was on a diet for around 6 months, lost 50 pounds. I wasn't eating any sugar, any type of sweet, anything. Even, excuse me, pregnancy. Even healthy sweet stuff, I wasn't eating it. Because I don't know how to control myself. So I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. I can just like eat whatever I want. And this baby does not like sweets. And my husband hates sweets too. So I think this is kind of funny. Yeah, so no sweets for me. I can't eat ice cream. I can't eat cookies, nothing. It makes me sick. It makes me nauseous. And it makes me dizzy. So those were pretty much all my symptoms that I had. Extremely fatigued. I have a bump, but not a bump. Like, it's a bump, but barely there bump. This is like a little food belly, so I ain't gonna show all of that right now. But my next video It's definitely probably gonna be a haul because I'm starting to like shop and get stuff. And also like I meet my doctors because I'm in Canada, but I'm an American, so things are a little different for me. And one day maybe I'll talk about that experience. But found a doctor and midwife, and that's my next step, is to go see the baby again, get the facility, see around, see if they're gonna do the things that I want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really excited. So I want to get into the emotional and the herbs and stuff and some upcoming videos. And when I do that, I definitely want you know, you guys to comment and everything. And so comment on this video, like, how long did it take you? How was your TTC journey? Do you think your emotional health affected your journey? Because for me, I really do think it affected mine. So maybe that's the next video that I'll be doing, inshallah. And so I'm just so grateful and so happy. And if you're watching this, thank you so much. Love you. Until next time. Bye.